working on a pretty funky job right now. It's kind of cool. It's simple. Features dichroic jewels, and it's 4 panels, as you can see, and they go in this wooden doors. There's 2 wooden doors. So I'm going to go kind of fast on this. As you can see here in these doors, they're routed around in the corners. So you got to round out the corners on your little panels so that they will fit in like so on the back side. And then we're going to caulk this in with a silicone to hold the doors in place. This panel's only been soldered, so it hasn't been cleaned to flux off or anything else. I'm not using any edging because the frame itself is going to, the wooden frame is going to be all the support this is going to need once it's glued in place. There's a couple interesting things about this that you might find valuable. These little wooden doors are pretty cool, and there's 2 of them. And the deal of it is that there's only this width separating this and this. However, there's 2 widths separating this and this. In other words, once that other door goes in here, this width will be multiplied times that. What's important about that is you notice the circle, the sun in the background. How do you arrive at this width and that width? So you got to keep all that in mind. I'm backing the camera up so you can see this. These little panels are a little over a foot by a foot. So this is basically a 2 foot by 2 foot composition here. I make my own dichroic jewels here. Well, I don't make the jewels and I don't make the dichro. However, I laminate this process, which I would sell the dichroic elements, by the way. I'm fumbling around because I'm looking for my pattern that I've got to throw up here really fast, so sorry about that. Here's how you need to determine how to do that. You look at your wood width here on your door, and you measure from here to here and from here to here, and you do it up here, and you take that measurement and apply it here in the pattern, and then the same forth over here. You have to use a compass in order to draw your circle, and then once you cut out each component, as you see in this unit and this unit and this unit and this unit, all you need is one of the patterns. You flip this pattern, will be the same as the top one. If you flip it over and do the pattern from reverse, you have the same thing here as you do here. So there's no need in cutting out 4 patterns. It's all a replication of one pattern. It might sound kind of confusing. Some of you are going to know exactly what I mean, and so forth. Let's see, which panel is it? Okay, this is the panel I wanted to bring to mind. This is my workboard, which you've seen in other videos, and this is how I created. There we go. I think that's nope, that's not the one. Must be. There we go. Yeah, there we go. Anyway, all these little patterns started out in this board, my workboard, so they don't grow because they have borders. It's in another videos. You can find out on other videos if you go through, and you'll see exactly what I'm talking about, how to use these workboards. So I'm going to pry this dude off because there's something about this that a lot of people have had problems with, and that's what I want to introduce on this video. I turn my workboard over, and by doing that I've got a nice flat work surface. So I'm going to set the video down. Whoops. I'm going to set the camera down for a moment. Bear with me. Because you're going to need a towel to put on your workboard, like here. This is one of my work towels. The reason being is because, see these jewels that I added in here? These are dichroic jewels. The colors are gorgeous when they turn, when you shift and you see this door open. These dichroic jewels are going to be magnificent. Well, look at them on a, see a side profile, see how they stick up? A lot of people don't realize that if they solder them flat on a work surface, I'm exaggerating, but look what's happening. A lot of people break their windows by soldering the backs of their windows in this manner. They'll break a piece off to the side, the jewel, or something else, and here's what I'm advising you to do. I'll put that towel back on that board. Sorry about that. It's kind of hard to do sometimes when there's only one of you. I do all my videos by myself. Lay the panel on a towel, on a thick terry cloth towel. The reason you want to do that is so that these jewels that which we showed, see the profile of them, see how they stick out? So that they embed in the towel. Then begin soldering that way. You're going to be soldering flat. Your solder's not going to run away from you as it would be by, I'm going to exaggerate it, by it standing up because of the jewels. So lay it on a towel, a blanket, foam rubber, whatever it is that you can find around that's going to help you, so that any raised textures, such as a jewel, like in this case here, can embed themselves in the towel. This is going to help you with your soldering process for sure. So let's see, I'm at 6 minutes. I don't think I'll solder this right here in this video. I'll just establish this point here of some of these ideas. And then I'll shoot this video again. I'll set my camera up on a tripod and solder the back of this and show how I solder. A lot of people ask me what iron, whatever, so I'm going to do that on the next video, which will be right after this one. Well, anyway, it's a cool little pattern. It's pretty. It's colorful. I used Spectrum colors. It's all Spectrum, even the background. That's Spectrum Ice. Dichroic jewels. They're not. You cannot buy dichroic jewels anywhere in America, by the way. So you might as well. Well, go ahead and search for it. But I've been told that no one in America makes these or sells them on a retail basis. I remember the first jewels that were dichroic coated by TLC, a company in Oregon. Oh, I'm going to say 12, 13, 14 years ago. And they were $40 a copy. They only came in the little ones, like this. And they coated the surface, the facets. Well, that defeats the purpose. Because what makes dichro cool is you're seeing the dichro coming through textures or the thickness of the glass. Which in this case, when you move it around, the dichroic gets its opportunity to reflect within the facets. That's what makes it cool. The first jewels I ever saw, the facets were coated, so you didn't have the multiple effect. It was crazy. And the coating scratched off. No matter what you did, if you cleaned your window, polished your window, finished off your window, the jewels were scratched to smithereens. Well, in this case, you can't scratch the dichroic jewels that I make. It's impossible. It's part of the technique. I plan on selling that as a lesson plan on YouTube. If you're interested, get back with me on that. And I think I might go ahead and start a lesson plan. It'll be cheap. Maybe one of those $29.95s that might be in about 5 series though. Videos, so it shows you how you make your own dichroic bevels and jewels. And what you're going to need is a very thin dichroic glass called float glass. I use 1 millimeter, 040. And we'll talk further about that. Anyway, thanks for watching my videos, and as always, if you like my videos, find them informative, interact with me, email me. I promise I'm going to start going back to my comments and responding to them. And if you got any interest in any particular area of stained glass, fused glass, I only do cabochons. Stained glass, I don't do lead anymore. This is one of the most simplest patterns I've ever done, so this is not the level of complexity that I usually do. It's kind of interesting and kind of fun going back and doing those cheesy simple things. So thank you very much for watching, and look forward to you on the next video. Bye bye.